Let's now bring in Fred Kempe. He's the CEO of the Atlantic Council. He's a CNBC contributor, and he's actually in The Hague, Netherlands, where the NATO summit is set to begin. Fred, we're going to kind of rip up the script on what we were planning to speak with you about. We don't know exactly what's happening. It's clear Iranian missiles have been fired toward or into Qatar. What is your take?
So I'm getting reports, even as we're talking, and it does seem to be confirmed that Iranian missiles have targeted the airbase. This is a very dangerous game. The Iranian state-run media announced the beginning of Operation Basharat al-Fat against U.S. bases in the Middle East. We're going to have to look at the battle damage assessment. Did the missiles get through and hit anything? Are any American lives lost? It's really too early to know any of that. But it's a very dangerous game the Iranians are playing. They had two choices to make. One of them was to respond and to respond aggressively as they could, with so many of their missile capabilities eroded, with their proxies really defanged, and with their air defenses down. They're really naked, and as we saw by the strikes on their nuclear sites. So they could have either said, okay, we're ready to talk peace and we'll give up our nuclear program, civil and military, or they could take the path that they seem to be taking now, where President Trump has said he will respond. And certainly the Israelis will as well. So this is a dangerous game on Iran's part, and I don't see how they can win as things go up the escalation ladder, if that's what happens.
This is why we have you on, Fred, and I think you nailed it perfectly. We have Alima Croft coming up in a few minutes as well to talk about this. And here's the game, because we know that the U.S. defense capabilities, as we will hopefully find out, were able to intercept and shoot down these missiles prior to doing any damage. But, and let's hope that is the case, the risk, though, is if a missile gets through. If a missile hits the Al Udeid airbase, if indeed that's what was targeted, and kills American servicemen, or a missile goes awry and lands in an apartment building in Doha, Qatar, or maybe an American lives, or there's some other foreign national in that building, all of a sudden now, this goes from Iran can pretend it's going to attack us, we defend it, and everybody moves on, to we have a real escalation that nobody predicted.
So, Brian, I think you're hitting the nail on the head. I've actually been to that base. I've visited it, and there are batteries, there are air defense batteries all around it. But clearly, one probably wasn't necessarily anticipating exactly this response from Iran. The question is, where else will they strike? My guess is it won't just be there. There's also a Department of Homeland Security has put out a terrorist alert in the United States. So will they actually strike at Americans here or there around the world? Whatever they do, they're putting their regime in danger. It's a suicidal move on their part because, but I perhaps.
Then what are they? Then what, Fred? What are? I agree with you 100%.